Hello everyone. What are the most important tasks in PTE exam? These are the 3 tasks. If you do them properly, you will get your scores. So we will talk about these important tasks because they will not only improve your scores for listening, for writing, but also for your reading as well. Now, I know a lot of students struggles in reading. So this is very important video for the students who wants to focus on few tasks, who have less time and want to crack their PTE in the very first attempt. But make sure that before you do that, if you have not subscribed our channel, do subscribe it. And if you're facing difficulties in any of the tasks, any of the modules, put it in the comment section. I personally reply to every single comment. Write from dictation is the most important task. You need to crack this, guys. If you're aiming for 7, if you're aiming for 8 each, you must do this task properly. Now, even if I go for 100% in this task, it is very important that you take it seriously. Because if you're getting somewhere around 90%, 80%, you are losing marks for listening and writing both. When I tell students that you're getting about 40 marks from this task alone, for writing, for listening, most of them get shocked. They said, "Sir, are you serious? Are we getting this much?" And yes, that's a fact. So you guys have to keep it in your mind that when you're performing this task, go for 100%, right? Don't leave any mistake out there, right, which can impact your scores. So I'm going to show you guys, right, how to perform this task. And I'm also going to show you where students lose when it comes to write from dictation, okay? So I'm going to show you both the things, and this is very important that you make sure that you follow the strategy which I'm showing you today, because this is really going to make all the difference, because write from dictation is the most important task in your PTE, okay? And if you want to get 7 each, 6 each, 8 each, this is the most important task, okay? And make sure we are going for 100%, not 80%, not 90%, okay? So let me show you how you have to practice this. Now, as you guys could see that I have written down all the letters and then I roughly note down all the roughly words so I don't forget it. So archaeologists are astonished by the under, and this is a specific word which I was not too sure, but I'm going to write 2 of this. Professionally overlooked foundations. Okay guys, as you guys could see that I have written down archaeologists. I was not too sure with the spelling, so I have written down the wrong spellings also, and I was not too sure whether it is going to be with plural and singular. So I have written basically 4 words to cover all the possibilities, and obviously it's a first word, so I'm going to put it as capital, right? And then are astonished by unprofessional, unexpected, as I was not too sure. Previously overlooked foundations. I am pretty sure with foundations, but just to give you guys a little glimpse that if you're even not too sure of a single thing, you can write both. Now let me submit it. All right, there you go. So we got 8 out of 8 for this. Now this is what you need to do. You need to make sure even in the tough words, you don't have to write it wrong. Write all the possible answers, but writing it with initial letters makes all the difference, okay? And once you've written down the initial letters, the important step is to take rough notes of it, right? And then transfer it on the screen, okay? So you don't make any silly mistake, right? And you don't forget the content. Now, you have to make sure that you practice dictations on a daily basis. Start with 25, and when you are close to the exam, practice about 35 to 40 on a daily basis. Now, let's talk about the second most important task, which is reading and writing fill in the blanks. Reading and writing fill in the blanks is one of the complex tasks, very scoring task, because it also contributes marks towards reading and towards writing, okay? So you have to perform well in this task. We're not aiming for 100%. We have some margin for mistakes in this task, right? That means if you're going for 7 each, you can make 1 mistake in every blank and still you can get 7. If you're going for 8 each, you can make mistakes in maximum 2 questions to 3 questions. That means 1 mistake. So what are the things you need to remember in this task? The very first thing, understand the context. That is very important. I see on a daily basis, students get bored out of this task. They don't want to practice this task thoroughly. So what you have to do is when you come across this question, make sure that you understand the context. That is the first thing, guys. Make sure that you understand the story, the direction. Make sure that you understand how the narrator is actually narrating the entire passage, and you have to get yourself into that story, because that's going to help you to get the right answers. Some questions are really easy, some questions are tricky, and understanding the story of the passage will help you to solve those tricky questions. Now guys, a lot of students understand the context, but then they don't know the grammar rules. So it's very important that you understand the grammar rules, at least basic tenses, prepositions, articles. That's very important, guys. And on top of that, students don't know how to solve however, although, connectors, conjunctions, what is the difference between them, right? Where you're going to use nevertheless, where you're going to use although or even though, right? So these things are important, because in the exam, on average, you do get one question on the basis of connectors, you do get one question on the basis of prepositions, and one question on the basis of tenses. So that's very important. Now, for reading and writing blanks, go through the tutorials which we have posted, guys, because we have posted at least 2 to 3 hours worth of tutorials for reading, how to solve the blanks, how to solve the reorders. So make sure that you go through all the tutorials thoroughly and understand the techniques, understand the right methodologies. But two things are very important. First thing, understand the context. Second thing, go through all the basic grammar rules, because that's going to help you to understand the passage, to get the right answers. And the important thing is collocations, right? I have talked a lot about collocations in one of the tutorials, so make sure that you go and watch it as well. The third most important task in your PTE is repeat sentences. Now, once you solve repeat sentences properly, you are going to get good marks in your listening, right? And automatically it will also help you to get good marks in speaking. With the speaking module, we know that fluency and pronunciation, they are the top most parameters, right? But for getting 8 each or at least good marks in listening, you need to also get content from this task. A lot of students are able to do this when it comes to small sentences, but when it comes to complex sentences or lengthy sentences, they miss half of the content. And I have seen students who are also getting 0 in content. Now, if you get 0 in content, you're going to get 0 in the entire question. So this is very important that you never get 0, at least get 50% in worst case scenario. So this strategy is basically for those students who are getting 0 or who are not getting 3 out of 3 in the content. So let me show you how you have to practice this task, and this will really help you to get full marks in lot of sentences for the repeat sentence task. So I'm going to show you guys the hybrid strategy. In the hybrid strategy, I'm going to write down the abbreviations for first 3-4 words, and then I'm going to remember the last part. Okay, why it is important to write first 3-4 words? Because it gives you a good start, right? And at least you will get 50% of the content covered in every single scenario. That means you're never going to get 0. Okay, so let me show you how to do this.
Please explain what the author means by sustainability.
Please explain what the author means by the sustainability. So what we have done over here is we took down the notes for the first couple of words. Please explain what the author. And then the last words, we remembered it. Okay. Now this was very easy sentence, not a big sentence, but let me show you a couple of more so you get the gist of it.
You can retake the module if your marks are too low.
You can retake the module if your marks are very low. So as you can see, I got full marks almost in the content and all the other modules as well. So this is what you need to do. I'm going to do one of the difficult question as well. So it helps you to understand why this strategy will help you even in the long sentences.
Leading scientists speculate that numerous planets could support life forms.
Leading scientists speculate that the leading light forms can support the life forms. Okay. So what I've done over here is I've captured the first 4 words, right? I'm sure that my first 4 words are 100% accurate. Then in the middle 1 or 2 words I skipped, right? And the last words I focused on, okay? So this strategy will help you in the complex sentences. Let's see the scores as well. Right. So in this sentence, I got 2 out of 3, right, in the content, and I've got almost perfect scores in fluency and pronunciation. Now, even with this particular strategy, I'm never going to get 0. Okay. So let's do a couple of more lengthy sentences.
The US ranks 22nd in foreign aid, given it as a percentage of GDP.
The US ranks 22nd in the foreign aid, given its percentage in the GDP. So again, that's what I've done. I have focused on the first 4 words. Middle words I did not mention at all. Last words I remembered. Okay. So hybrid strategy tells you that you need to write down first 3 to 4 words. Middle part, if you forget it, that's fine. Remember the last part and then speak it together, right? Because this is going to help you to only lose 1 mark maximum, and you will always get 2 out of 3 in the content. But let me show you what I have got in this sentence. So as you guys can see, I've got 12 over here, perfect scores in the content, right? Even in the lengthy sentences. So this is what you need to do. Start with writing abbreviations for first 4-5 words. Even if you miss out 1 or 2 words in the middle, that's fine. Remember the last bit, okay? And connect it and speak it in a fluent manner so that you will get good marks in repeat sentences. Try this, and this is specifically for those students who are not getting good marks in the content for repeat sentences, guys. Now, this was the last task for repeat sentences, which is very important task for listening and for speaking. You need to make sure that you get perfect scores in this task as well. These were the 3 most important tasks. You need to crack them. No need to run around here and there and do tens of things. Focus on them first. Once you have cracked these 3 tasks, you will get significant improvement in your scores, and definitely you will be very close to your desired bands. As you could see that these tasks makes all the difference. No need to run around here and there, just focus on these tasks. Just 3 tasks can change the entire scenario. It can give you marks at least from 30 to 40 and can make a significant improvement in your scores. Make sure to follow the tips discussed in this video. But again, if you're new to our channel, make sure that you do subscribe and give a thumbs up. This will really motivate me to make more such tutorials like this one. Now guys, if you did not follow us on Instagram, make sure that you do it, because we have posted something very special for the NAATI students. So make sure that you go and check it out. Thank you everyone for watching. Vishal is signing off from Visual Language Experts. I will see you in the next tutorial.